Hello and welcome back to Raccoon Justice, where justice done the Raccoon way is the only way to do justice. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please remember to give this video a massive thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. And if you are new, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about Chris and Sarah's love for the dramatic. We all know that they love to hate, and that's all they live for, basically. They read hate comments, they respond to hate comments, and if they're not responding to hate comments, they're just trolling to incite hate on either themselves or their kids, which is always a big problem. But yesterday, they did it again. Chris had a little mental breakdown on Instagram, and I don't say that lightly. You know, I know people have mental issues. I'm not downplaying those, but Chris he seemed to take exception to one or two people calling his wife overweight, shall we say. More like fat, you know. But so I'm not defending those people. In actual fact, I don't think that you should be calling Sarah fat, either on Instagram, on their Instagram, or in my comments even. You know, the problem that most people have is the fact that they Photoshop themselves to look unrealistic. So it's not the fact that Sarah's fat or not fat. It's, you know, the image that she's portraying. This is what Chris put up on Instagram. He says, "Over 10,000 eyes on that is enough. Deleting only because I wouldn't ever want Sarah or anyone here clocking eyes on disgusting BS like that. Think about things you say, people, because they have real life effects. Deleting this in 5 minutes." Now he's referring to some comments, I believe, on one of his posts. The thing I don't get, right, is why he's taken exception to these particular ones. They've seen a lot of hate thrown their way, a lot of crap that people have said, and he hasn't minded. He's never taken exception to anything, and now he's just decided to. Sarah, you know, also Sarah has been known to make sly digs towards Isabel being overweight, but nobody's ever said to Sarah to stop. It's disgusting. No, you just decide to put these things out there. Anyway, that was Chris and his... He must have been bored. It's a Sunday thing. I believe it's Sundays that he goes onto Instagram. Isn't that what he said the other week? That all his family go on Instagram at the same time on a Sunday because it's Sunday. Something like that, anyway. Now, Christopher, I have other things to say to you today, and that is the trolling that you went on. You drove miles and miles and miles to find fuel at the right price. Okay, you weren't going to pay £2.9 for a litre of fuel. That was just too much. You weren't going to pay that. No way. And you were nearly stranded in the middle of nowhere, you said. Except it wasn't in the middle of nowhere, was it? It was you drove straight through your own village, so you knew where you were, and you knew that you were driving through your village. Obviously, you knew where you were, but the reason you did this is just to troll people into trying to reveal where you are. Because if I can spot one or two of the local landmarks, then, you know, people local to you probably know where you are too. Anyway, then to have the gall to go and laugh at the current fuel prices, it was just disgusting, because, you know, people are really, really struggling right now with their fuel. Not just fuel, but with everything financially. And you are there supposedly living the high life and just having a rant about fuel, but not really ranting, just sort of it's like an ironic rant where you're not ranting, but you're laughing at it instead, because you can afford it and everybody else can't afford it. It's just sick either way, right? Now, I have something separate to ask you today, and this is going to blow your socks off, Chris, so be prepared. You know your kids, right? Oh, before I carry on, just like to point out, Chris, that mentioning that you've just come home and you're repacking your clothes for another trip that's coming in a few days' time is just pathetic and unnecessary, and it's just going to kill your channel. I'm not joking here. If you continue going away every few days, there's no coming back for you. Nobody wants to watch that. I don't even want to watch that. You know, the trip to Dubai and then the trip to where you went, Mexico. You know, I thought it was going to be something interesting for your channel finally, but you fucked them up. You really did mess up the trips, and it was just pointless, right? So if I'm finding it difficult to watch, then how do you think your poor little iFam feel? They're not going to stick around, especially if you're chucking it in everybody's faces that you are going away and spending all this money and doing this, that and the other. You spent 55 quid on that hammock yesterday and then said you're only going to be home for a few days. What? Do you have any concept of how stupid that is? No? Don't even care? No? Right. Okay, so along the same lines of the fact that you're going to be away, what are we in now? We're July, right? So your kids have no future. Would that be about correct? About right in thinking that? No schoolwork has been done since the dawn of time. This is Esme and Isla we're talking about. Just nothing. Right? And it's not funny that they haven't done any schoolwork. I was just thinking that, you know, your other daughter, Isabel, she's going to be 17 in less than a month's time, right? Most 17-year-olds have some form of idea what they're going to be doing in the future, some clue, and yet yours doesn't seem to. Notwithstanding the fact that she's supposed to be going to college next month. In 1 month's time, she'll be in college. And yet not one single time have you mentioned not 1 month's time, 2 months. It's 2 months, okay? She's 2 months. 2 months, she's going to be 17, and 2 months, she's going to be in college, right? Got my dates wrong, I admit. See, Chris, how easy it is to admit when you're wrong? Yeah. So, but my point still stands. In September, she's going to be going to college, right? Or not right? She should be going to college. It's by law, she has to go to college. And there's been no mention of it whatsoever, what she plans to do, what her future goals are. You know, this would be like something relatable to your IFAM. Your IFAM who have grown up with Isabel. And she could talk through what her plans are for the future. Because at this stage of her life, putting out shit like she put out last night about Isabel against the fly was just pathetic and not needed and embarrassing. But at this stage of her life, she should be moving on and thinking about her future. So where is that? You could be talking about that. Just her IFAM could get some inspiration, or just find out what's going on with Isabel, you know, the friend that they've had for the last few years, right? But has Isabel actually applied for college? Or is she planning to apply for college? Does she know, has she looked up her options for college? See, now I have, right? And I'm going to get a little bit of backlash for this because, oh my God, it's stalking. It's stalking. It's not stalking. Well, it is a little bit. But I find that if I can help these out a little bit, then they might actually do something, right? Studies have shown that if you call these out and tell these what they need to do, they end up doing it. So we'll try and work on that basis. So obviously I don't know which college she's going to go to. There are a few in the locality. I can't tell where it's going to be because it depends on what she wants to do. But one of the bigger colleges that I found, I won't name it obviously, but they have an information evening on the 27th of July. So if you want to pop along there, you'll be able to get information about things relating to what you want to do. Be able to talk to tutors and find out what courses are available and stuff like that. But either way, I suspect that you probably have to be applying pretty soon for said college. But my point is, like, you're going away now, and then in a couple of weeks' time, as I mentioned, there's this information evening at the college. Are you going to be home for then? Or did you just not think about that? Because do you know that Isabel actually has to go to college, a physical college? I think she may be able to get away with doing it at home, but she has to register with a college, a physical college. I think that's the rules. So if anybody knows any different, please let me know. And yeah, we'll work off that. But either way, she has to do a college course for the next 2 years. Did we consider that? I know you said you wanted to do a gap year. Did you know that even if you meant that she was going to do a gap year but also do her resits on the side, she can't do that? The 2 years of college means that she has to do 2 years of other courses, further education courses, rather than just resits. Resits have to be on the side as an addition. So have you considered what's going to happen in Isabel's future? You know, just putting it out there. I feel like you need to be told and given a nudge in the right direction, because I know you think you're going away, or you probably are already away, basically because your vlogs are 2 weeks behind and it's just a bit shit doing it that way. Sorry. I thought you were going to go back to real life, real time, daily vlogs. Is that not what you said to somebody? Or did I get that wrong? Anyway, you do you, I'll do me. Chris, Sarah, please consider what I've said. If you've managed to decipher what I said in amongst all my ramblings. And I'll catch you again tomorrow. Everybody else, please have a wonderful day. It's a lovely day outside. Go and sit in the sun and be careful. Put your sun cream on and everything else. Please remember to give this video a massive thumbs up, comment everything you want to comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. And take care, and bye-bye. Thank you so much to all my channel members: Kelly XX, Supergirl Fan, Butterfly 0111X, Sam, Granny Cake, Layla 68, Hayley Billington, My One Hollywood, soon to be Mrs. B, Reborn 1988, Paul, Caroline Page, Jim Jam, Vicky Mumma 4XX, Joanne C, Jude Lyons 1, Kirsty Reed, Tracy Jordan, Linda Spence, and Cam K. Thank you all so much for all your support.